Om Namo Venkateshaya. My humble obeisance to the life force which is mightier than intellect. Why do I say this? All of us are aware of the earthquake in Nepal a couple of years ago and the disaster that earthquake has produced. No scientific technology, nobody could predict, no meteorologist, they cannot be predicted, let alone be prevented. So this only shows that the life force is mightier than the intellect. All the same, we still have to work with the intellect. These were the days when a woman, 60 years ago, a woman barely could come out of the homes, struggling very hard. I was fortunate to be joining the medical school 60 years ago. Though I come from a family of doctors, my father was a leading surgeon in Vijayawada, but even then, I was the first woman doctor coming out of the medical college with flying colors as a best outgoing student and receiving many medals, gold medals, and those days the gold was really gold and not gold plated. After my marriage with Dr. Nageswara, we decided to go to America. Those were the days when it was more fashionable to go to UK and return after that. A few doctors had gone before us, and they were a stimulus for us to go to America. I always had a dream to join Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore. It's an ivory tower of one of the ivory towers in US. And then to join Harvard University. With grace of God, I could spend a couple of months at Hopkins, and where I could meet stalwarts about whom I have read in the books, personally interact with them, and that was a very thrilling experience. Then the following year, we moved to Boston to Harvard University, and getting into Harvard University, the mecca of medical education, particularly in a specialty I have chosen, that's obstetrics and gynecology, was not easy for foreign graduates. I did manage to get in with the friends and help and God's grace. But in those days, I used to think it was my intellect, my smarts, my intelligence, etc., etc. But soon I realized that for what I am, for what we are, there are innumerable factors of which my personal endeavor is but one. So personal endeavor is required, but so many other factors have to help us to get where we are. And again, there also, they didn't have any women doctors. I was the only one in the department in obstetrics gynecology. Harvard is a place, all of you must have heard. If anybody says when I was at Harvard and puts a quarter, 25 cents across the world, Harvard University will be getting millions of dollars. That's the popularity of Harvard. I was fortunate to be there, and I completed my training in obstetrics gynecology and joined the faculty. What is my department? Gynecology, obstetrics, and above all a doctor. So G for gynecology, O for obstetrics, and D for doctor. That is God. God is always with me, guiding me and telling me how to handle the patients, and that was a great help. Things were very rosy in those days when we were there at that time, and none of my colleagues, none of the doctor couples who are in and around in US had any plans of returning to leaving the country. Not thinking about returning, but just not leaving the country. Those were the days because everything was rosy, income was good, opportunities were there. But for us, for both of us, maybe a little crazy, but something was telling us our heart, you have to return to the country where you have learned. Because you are a doctor, you had the opportunities. What is that you are giving back to our nation? So this was what was constantly, in a way, bugging us. So to leave the comfort zone where success is not assured was not easy, but All the same, we decided to return and leave all the comforts. Those were the days we could have become citizens of US because we had the green cards, everything was ready, but that was our option. And we started again. Struggle, as we say, gives us success. Obstacles help us to grow. When we came back, we could have chosen to be in Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, but we chose to go to the place where we were born, grew up, and serve the community there. So we started in 1978, a multi-speciality hospital, and it's one of the first in the state, and it was one of the best destinations for thousands of patients to get the treatment. We have offered, we've done many operations, complicated operations. We also did operations for the first time in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Apart from this, we took care of many free patients who were financially disadvantaged. Those days, there was no insurance, health insurance, no Arogyasri at all. So they had to pay from their pocket, and when they couldn't do it, it was all free for them. And because that was what gave us satisfaction, that we are able to take care of complicated patients, even to the poorest. And that's what gave us a lot of satisfaction. At this point, there was a lot of patients getting polio victims getting reconstructive surgery done. It was an apology that the reconstructive surgery is being done, which could be totally prevented by immunization. So we took up polio vaccine immunizations in our rural areas close by and immunized 10,000 children there, till the pulse polio has come by the government of India and Rotary. So then we moved on to immunize them with hepatitis vaccine, hepatitis B vaccine, and to motivate people to have immunization when they are healthy and they may or may not get the disease. It's not easy, though we were doing it free. But all the same, we were not 100% successful, but very good success was there. Remember, hepatitis B complications are far greater. Many people die with hepatitis B than HIV or AIDS. By the way, hope all of you are immunized for the hepatitis B vaccine. If not, go ahead and get it done starting today, because it's very important. There's a vaccine that can be prevented. When we were doing all this, we were thinking that what we are doing is not adequate. We tried, by the way, we also took care of the health checkups for the school children. At that point, we did some toilets. We built toilets in schools and also toilets for their parents in places when they had some matching grants, matching fund. This was long before Swachh Bharat has come. Toilets were built in the schools. What we did was not satisfying because we wanted to do more. So we joined hands with the Siddhartha Academy, not-for-profit organization, Siddhartha Academy of General and Technical Education, and donated 31 acres land near Gannavaram Airport, and where the medical college, dental college, nursing college have come up. And today, about 1,500 graduates, medical graduates have come out of that. And so it was a teaching place, a learning place, a healthcare place, preventive and curative, offering the state of the art, like in the corporate sector, but for nominal rates, and free food is given free for all inpatients. At this point, as we still continue to serve there, but then we decided, the Lord said, you have to do more. So we decided, because there are innovations. Innovations is one place where the future of India is in the innovations. Inventions are different, innovations are different. So innovations, all of you can be innovators. There are many innovators, but the innovations have not seen the light of the day because it is not affordable or marketable because of their financial constraints. So we decided that we should help the innovators, particularly in the agricultural sector, because this will help the farmers empower themselves, increase their produce, increase their income. Once the income is increased, everything else, sanitation improves, healthcare improves, education improves, everything is interrelated. So this is what we plan to do. So for this, we have donated most of our wealth, 150 crores plus, to Sri Padmavati Venkateshwara Foundation to offer to do these activities. Right now, we have started, one of the things is mobile veterinary clinics, where we are taking these vehicles all the way to the rural sector, and where the cattle, other animals, the farmer brings them there and we take care of them. A para-vet, a veterinarian will be there helping them. This is what we can do. And encouraging innovations. Like we had this ASU machine, weaving machines. Recently, Malaysian got Padma Shri for what he has done. New ASU machines, making the weavers easier for the technology. We have contributed to some of them to buy those machines so that their life will improve. So like that, we have helped medical students, engineering students, financially for them to grow and become doctors, and hopefully they will think of sharing their wealth with others. I have material meets metaphysics, which is something I didn't expect, because at the time it was material. So at this time, I was fortunate, blessed to become the board member of Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanams for 4 years, where I had the opportunity to serve the Lord, to enjoy seeing Him from close quarters. And just one thing I want to mention about what we have done there. They wanted to sell the gold because there was tons of gold, and they said it is sitting there, we should do something. So my thinking was, if we liquidate that, all the money will be utilized from not so important causes. Suddenly the money comes, we don't have a priority, so I said, no, we cannot sell this one. It's not good for us to sell, liquidate the gold. Our chairman at that time said, when a lady, I was the only lady on the board, he says, when a lady says don't sell gold, don't sell. So that was 6,000 rupees for 10 grams. Today, we know it's almost 5 times more. Not today, shortly after that. So it's not my thinking, it was the Lord. He has to do things through some of us. So through him, through me, he wanted to preserve his gold in that treasury. We have also taken care of other things, but above all, everything, I feel, association is so important for all what we have done. Simple, as Vivekananda says, if a raindrop falls on the hand, it's something we can drink. If it falls in the gutter, we can't even wash our feet. If it falls on the frying pan, anything hot, it evaporates immediately. And if it falls on the lotus leaf, you see a drop like a pearl. But if it falls on the oyster, it becomes a real pearl. The same raindrop, from the gutter, it could not be used for anything, oyster. So all of you have good associations, satsang, and help yourself grow in the right way. So it's very important to get the right association. If we have some people who are a little, substance abuse, liquor, whatnot, stay away from them. Select some people who have these mature ideas, magnificent ideas, magnanimous ideas for us to grow. Spirituality is a part of my life. In my younger days, it was God-fearing. Oh, before exams, we have to pray so that I get better marks, so that I will get the questions for which I prepared. But then as I grew up, this was blessed. My friend, Dr. Amani, has given me Bhagavad Gita when I was on my 18th birthday. From that time, like Gudu, I used to read every day, not understanding, but just a ritual, because if I didn't read, I thought, I won't do something well. That was all was in my mind, but the seed was sown and the seed grew. And so that has helped me to grow spiritually. And what all we are, even that donation, it's ordained by the Lord. It was ordained by the Lord to give and to share. Now, all of you young, bubbling with enthusiasm and lots of energy, you are the architects of this nation. You are going to be the leaders of this nation. So get yourself good association, work hard. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Work hard. Work itself should be the reward. Do your best. Best varies from individual to individual. You better your best. I like to tell you something. In the Vatican ceiling, there was Leonardo da Vinci painting on the top, lying down on a couch because it was several centuries ago with a candle. And at the corner, he was correcting. He said, why are you bothering? Who will see, even in that corner, if the painting is wrong? I will see it. Remember, if I will see it. If I'm operating, if I don't do a good job, I know I have not done a good job. So I have to, nobody will see it. So I have to do my best. So my request for all of you is to do your best. And certainly you will be rewarded. If you sow good things, you'll reap many, multifold, same good things. If they're not so good, same thing will happen. So let us all try to do. And I am an example where we have sown some seeds and we have rewarded. It has come in multiple. Sometimes we took care of complicated cases, cracking our head, what should be done? And suddenly, as if it's dawned on me, do this. This patient will improve. This has happened several times. It is not just for me, it will happen to all of you. You will always say, I am so young, I am this, I can't do this, I only have this much money. Doesn't matter. What you have, you share. As we say in Telugu, Sekti Koladi. It's not, each one has a different capacity, but in that sharing and caring is so important. One guy was sitting on the beach. There were so many starfish that have come out, and he was throwing one by one starfish into the sea. So some guys walk in and say, how foolish you are. There are so many starfish on the beach. All of them are not going to do. He just smiled and said, he picked up one and threw it into the sea and said, for this it makes a difference. For that one person it makes a difference. So all of us, one, it will become millions. So it's my story, but this is to inspire you to work hard. Work itself is the reward, but there will come a tangible benefit now. Maybe not tangible now, but later it becomes tangible. One short story I would like to share. A couple in the night, in the middle of the night, walked into a small hotel in Philadelphia area. Because it was raining outside, they didn't find any accommodation, so they came here, and even this was full. The young clerk there received and said, where is the room for you? So he quickly arranged his personal room where he was sleeping till then and changed the bed sheets, everything. Then this old couple said, no, don't bother. No, I have to let you sleep here for the night. So at the end of it, the clerk felt so good, and the old people went and said, you have to become a manager of a bigger hotel, not a clerk like this. Someday maybe it will happen. And a couple of years later, he got an invitation from this couple, tickets sent for to and fro to fly into New York. And there he goes. This person shows this huge hotel and says, these are the keys for you to be the first manager. And that's Waldorf Astoria, one of the top biggest hotels in New York, even today. And he didn't expect. It was only a gesture on his part to share his bed so that he can lose his comfort. So I'm sure all of you will be doing something better than this. Wish you all the best. God bless you. Jai Hind.